What's going on, everybody? Hey, Monty here with another episode, another edition of Hey Chill, it's just a podcast. And we're here with another week. I kind of fucked up the camera there at the beginning, but it's okay. We're here, man. We are here. We are live.
Yeah.
And, man, life is good. Life is great. What's up, everybody?
What's up? What's going on?
How we feeling today?
They made me third seat on the couch. I ain't never had this before.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you're feeling feeling kind of different.
It's feeling wild. And then you didn't wear your sweater either.
You
didn't wear the hoodie.
I'm warm.
It's always
I'm
one
glad
of us
I
at this point. It's always one of us at this point. I made it a point to like make sure I had my sweater this morning because I was about to wear a whole different thing. And
you want to know the funny thing?
I was just like, nah, I gotta have the sweater today.
I washed it to wear it tonight. Still didn't wear it.
That's wild.
I'm glad I didn't though because I'm sitting in between y'all and I'm already warm. So, yeah.
That's funny.
Anyway, well, we are back with another week here at Hey Chill, it's just a podcast. I don't really have anything specific that happened over the week, any announcements or anything like that. So we're just going to get right back into it. We got Antidote Agency back into the building. Introduce yourself, fellas.
Antidote,
introduce yourselves.
What's up, Will? You go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
What it is, guys, it's your boy Willie Will Antidote. You already know. We in the house, baby.
What's up, man? This is Dev from Antidote Agency. What's going on, y'all?
Willie and Dev. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah.
It's nice to see y'all back, man.
Thank
you know what I'm saying? A couple weeks ago, we did an interview with Jay, the CEO of Antidote, and now we have his partners here today. So we're going to be talking with them, talking a little bit more shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just call him Face.
I mean?
He likes to be called Face. He's the face.
He's the face.
Yeah,
okay, the face of Antidote. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. So, so really, we're just gonna kind of talk to you guys a little bit, get to know you guys, and then we're just gonna go into some open discussion stuff, and we're gonna talk about the scene for real. You know what I mean? So, firstly, let's just give like a general description of who you guys are, what you guys do. You know?
Cool.
Well, yeah. My name is Devin. A lot of people call me Dev. I'm a cat from Newport News, Virginia. I'm local. I'm a 757.
Yeah.
Born and raised. Let's see, from Newport News, moved over to Norfolk, went to undergrad school at Norfolk State University, class of 09.
Damn. I'm sorry. I've been waiting to use that line for so long.
Yeah,
and it was there.
Hey, look,
yes.
Hey, look,
yes.
NSU, we here. NSU, we here. You know, class of 09. You know, graduated top of my class.
That's fun.
No, but you know, I'm a Virginia Beach resident. Pretty much, I have a finance background, so that's majority of what I've been doing over the past 15, 20 years. And then, you know, Jay, the face of Antidote Agency, invited me to come join him on his new endeavor as far as the business. So I'm here. Just that's pretty much long story short about me.
Yeah. And man, you know, again, I'm Will. I'm just a young Dominican from New York. You know what I'm saying?
From New York, baby.
Yes, sir.
What
baby,
part are you
New
from?
York. Well, for 13, I mean, that's crazy because now I got to say I'm a Long Islander. And I say that because I was born in the Dominican Republic, raised in the Bronx. But I spent more time on Long Island than I did in the Bronx. So I got to say I'm a Long Islander. But yes, New York, nevertheless, just like, you know, Dev, I was in sales, sold cars, and, you know, I was okay doing that. And then, you know, our boy Jay, he had this dope idea. And, you know, I'm out of us three, I'm the, I don't know, I'm like the party guy, you know.
The hype man.
Yeah.
I fucks with it.
Yeah. You know, I like the nightlife. I like the, you know, the cool stuff. And so, you know, Jay was like, man, I need you on board. I was like, bro, say less. We in here. So that's how I came on.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Yeah.
So what sparked your interest in doing this type of business? Like, cause you said finance, you were in sales. Like what sparked your interest and made you like, you know what, I'm gonna give this a try?
That's a good question because, you know, just for my background, there was a CFO spot that was open, chief financial officer. So, you know, hey, that's what I'm familiar with doing. So I said, hey, man, I can come aboard and, you know, help the business. You got to have a business and you got to have the finances to operate the business, right? So I said, what better way? I'm already a fan of music. So, you know, that's something that sparked my interest anyway, because me and Jay, we go back years, you know, going to music festivals and different parties and just different things amongst the, you know, local area. So I just put 2 and 2 together and said, hey man, why not? You know, he's a good friend of mine.
Yep.
And with my expertise in finance, I thought it'd be good just to bring it all together for him.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
Damn right.
And for me, man, you know, I'm from New York, so you already know, you know, and I'm Dominican, so I've been partying since I was in the womb. And so, you know, when, no question. I mean, I love music. You know, a lot of my really close friends. You know, shout out to the real DJ Don Juan, DJ Barrage, those are my guys. You know, that's what they did. You know, DJ and you know, every time we linked up, you know, it was always talking about music. All my cousins are older than me, and so I was exposed to a lot of music at a very early age. You know, everything from merengue, bachata, salsa, but you know, the hip hop, and coming from the Bronx, you know, DMX, Rough Riders, you know, Big Pun, you already know, and so yeah, man, just you know, that love for music, that love for you know, just dope vibes. It was an easy formula to jump on board.
Real New York.
Yeah,
Real New York.
Yeah, no
Not that mountain shit, you know.
Yeah.
Where,
I'm tired of the disrespect.
You know,
I'm from upstate, man. I'm from the mountains, so
I was gonna say that. Man.
I just didn't like when he said, "Yeah, from New York." He was like, "Yeah, you from the mountains."
See, because here's the thing.
Hold on.
This
Where you from?
motherfucker,
Where
he
you
feels
from?
like
Where you
I'm
from?
from upstate. I'm from Kerhonkson, New York.
Okay.
I'm from 2 hours from the city, and
Okay,
people feel
all
as
right.
if you're not from the city, you're not from New York.
You're like,
that's
okay.
all people who aren't from New York
I get
know
that too.
is the city. They
But
don't
isn't it
realize
two
in
different
Virginia,
lifestyles?
and okay, so in Virginia perspective, he's from like Appomattox type shit. Like,
Oh, man,
do we
okay.
really
I got
count
you. I
it?
got
Is it
you.
in Virginia? Yeah,
I
but
got
do we
you.
really count it?
But
But I'm 2 hours
He's
north
still
of the
repping it.
city,
That's
though.
good.
But it's still a total different
It's like
lifestyle.
Chesterfield. I really can't fuck. You can't
Who
really
cares
claim
if
that.
it was a different lifestyle? It's still in the state of New York. It doesn't
man.
make any sense to me.
But it's not the city's lifestyle. It's totally different.
I don't care about the city's lifestyle. I'm still from the state of New York.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know,
You understand the city is a small dot on a big ass state.
You said you was Dominican, right?
If you look at
Ask him some
New
Spanish.
York,
You want me to ask you something in Spanish?
Ask him something.
I'm not gonna be
You know
able to-
why? You know why?
Why?
I'm not
is
gonna
that?
be able to understand most of it.
Hispanic from New York.
Hey, man.
Oh,
Listen, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this.
Man, you gonna do you like
I'm gonna
that?
tell you this, man. I got some cousins, Dominican, and they don't speak good Spanish.
You know why? Because my dad was a truck driver when I was a kid, so he really wasn't around too much. He was always on the road. I only saw him
That's
maybe 2 days a
exactly
week. That was one. Two, my grandmother, she would teach us when we were young, but like we were young, and then she got pretty much like in a wheelchair by the time I was like 6, 7 years old. So by that time, she wasn't teaching the shit anymore.
Everybody
I got
wants
you.
to blame Abuelita. You know what I'm saying? Blame her.
I'm telling you, I didn't have I wasn't sitting there trying to learn Spanish, and my dad only really talked Spanish if his brothers or family was around. So,
Yeah.
and I didn't have to speak Spanish too much. But
It's all good, man.
I hear you.
I know that.
But listen, bro. But listen,
he
hey,
always busting my chops.
we embrace you, bro. You
Yeah,
from
we
New York.
embrace you. Yeah.
Cause look, keeping it a buck with you, you know, talking New York, right? The real New York team, and people gon' kill me for saying this, but I don't care. The real New York team in New York is the Buffalo Bills.
That's
Everybody else is in New Jersey.
crazy.
You know, football
fact.
wise. You know, baseball, of course, you know, blah, blah, blah. But you know what I'm saying? So,
Hold
you
up,
know,
who you
so
a fan of baseball wise?
I'm a Mets fan. I'm a Mets fan, no question.
Basketball.
And no, I'm not saying that.
Basketball. He said
Oh,
basketball. Next.
basketball, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a Knicks fan.
Alright, we cool.
I'm the biggest hybrid.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
I fucks with it.
Yeah, no question.
We vibing.
That's right, my bro.
We vibing. Nah, New York's a big state, man, and I don't think a
Yes.
lot of people realize that shit. The city is just a
Facts.
small little
And you
dot.
know what? If you,
know what I'm
commit
saying?
a felony or misdemeanor in the city or in the mountains, you get the same charge.
Yeah.
So it don't matter.
Oh
I'm
wow.
saying.
New York is New York.
I'm
So
saying.
I
There was a
got your back,
prison-
my
There was
boy.
a
I got
prison
you.
right like 20 minutes from my house from where we used to live.
Yeah.
I had took a tour there in 6th grade, 7th grade, Miss Molesta's class, English class. Why English class? Don't know. We went to a jail. We
Dang.
toured the jail. We talked to some of the inmates. We see what it was like to be behind bars and all that type of shit. Yeah, that was right down the street.
We had a
from my
Tom
shit.
moment from
crazy.
Boondocks. That's what it was. He's like, "You will not take my booty." Like, he's like, "Hey, you want to be in here?" No.
Nah.
I was flexing with it.
Was that fun for y'all though?
What?
Like it was like a fun field trip to the jail.
Hell yeah, it was kind of fun. I mean, we ate the food and all that shit, but like, I think it was mostly talking to the inmates. I think talking to the inmates.
I did it too. I did it in the 8th grade. So what happened was, I wasn't the best well-behaved kid, and so we got put in this trip to like Scared Straight kind of thing, and we went to a jail in Riverhead on Long Island, and craziest experience, bro. I'm over here thinking, I'm all loud in a bag of chips. I walk in, some dude, bro, no lie, he opens up the door. He goes, "Oh, you think you tough?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "Yeah, that's what I thought. Because if you think you're tough, you're going to be right here with me." Bro, some big, and some dude was like, "You know what's his name?" I was like, "No, Twinkie." Bro, when he said Twinkie, I lost it. Because, when they give you a sweet name.
That's a wrap.
Twinkie is wild play, though.
That joint, but that joint twisted my life, bro. You want to chill with Twinkie?
Wild play. It's crazy that different states take you to like really mold you.
Yeah.
New York, okay, they took y'all to like a jail prison. Virginia, they take you to a plantation. So like, this where your people was at. This where your people was at. Right here. We had you. Like,
they had me on Scared Straight down here though.
Yeah,
I got that little permission slip with my daughter. They was like, "She wanna go? Fuck no." I'm stopping that generation here now.
Yeah, that's not.
That's what they do. That's
not it.
But on some seriousness, man, last episode I wasn't here when we got the face.
Yeah.
But one of my questions, I did get to watch the interview.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all can chime in. What's the difference between y'all's agency from someone else? Because I've had a couple agencies help artists, develop artists. So what is the genuine factor to make artists come towards y'all?
Well, I think, you mind if I take this one? All right, cool. I think it's right here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you already know. Antidote in the building. But, it's that. It's being an antidote to the industry. A lot of the agencies, not knocking anybody, we already know how the industry is. You know what I'm saying? There's a million interviews about artists talking about how, they've been treated or whatever. FaZe being an artist, right? Jay was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's where Antidote, that was his stage name, Antidote Music with a Q. He always says that. But he know how the business was, and so we're just trying to change that. We're trying to be able to just be an antidote to the industry. However that look like, you know what I'm saying, is just being different. And something that we do, and we're not talking for ourselves, but when we book a talent or when we do something, a production, we make sure that everybody's happy. And in the last podcast, we spoke about monetary benefit.
Pay the artist. Right.
That's it. Pay the artist. We trademarking that joint. But no, in all seriousness, we make sure that everybody's content. And that's a big Achilles heel that the industry has. So.
Okay. So Mr. Dev, when it comes to finance, you said CFO and stuff like that. Is it strictly just the business, or do you help artists understand their own finances as well? Because a lot of artists, they get this deal, loan. They might get it for $300, $500, even $1 million if they're lucky.
Right.
But they don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to understand where their money is going at this particular time. Right. Is that something that y'all do as well, or is it?
Yeah. So that's a good question, because one thing that I would say we strongly believe with Antidote is relationships, and I think that's where it all starts. When you build that relationship with the artist, conversations like that come up, and there's well over 15, 20 years of experience within our team, right. And situations like that, those are conversations that we may have, and we do recommend. Now, you talking big money like that with millions, yes. Tax. I always tell people, I say, if you're getting money like that, you better get you a financial advisor, and you better consult a tax person immediately, But yeah, we do have those relationships and we do have those conversations.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary. Now, a lot of the times when we have those artists that come to us in those situations, finance is a big portion. I think once we talk about finances or whether we pay the artists, I think a big, how can I say it? It helps the artists when they perform. It helps the artists, when their creative environment. It's just one less thing to worry about. I think it does something to them or for them when they know that they're getting paid. When you're getting paid for something, I mean, the what you put into it is a lot different whether you're not getting paid for it. To me, that's just how I feel about it. So yeah, we have those conversations. That's normal. That's a normal conversation that we have. And if we can't help them directly with the situation that they're having regarding finances, we have so many different resources that we have across the whole country that we refer them to. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop if you want to think about it. If we can't help them, I guarantee you we do have somebody that can.
No question.
So that's very important with the Antidote as well.
But pay the artist, baby.
Yeah, but pay the artist. That's the goal. That's the goal. We want to pay the artist. Yes, we want to pay the artist because you got to realize there's a lot of dope talent out here.
Yeah,
there's a lot of dope talent out in the 757, and I truly believe that Antidote, what we bring to this whole area is different. It's different, and if you ask anyone that came up under us that performed at one of our events or festivals or whatever you may want to call it, they walked away feeling good about it.
Right.
Not just with with their performance, but financially as well. I think that's the key. I think that's a key part of business.
Well, what would you prefer? Do you prefer working with artists who are like fully established within themselves, or artists who are groomable? Because there's like artists who are super established and they're just like there's really no telling them anything type thing, and then there's artists who are like willing to like listen. You know what I mean?
Oh man, well you can probably touch that one. We dealt with that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, we've dealt with the whole spectrum of artists, and the truth of the matter is, like anything, it's advice. You can either take it or not. And I think that's, thank God we have the ability to touch people in a different way. Where pause, no Diddy.
See, I was thinking that, but I didn't say it.
Nah. I'm from New York. I'm a pause myself, no Diddy already. But we in that artist development and cultivation, you do have a lot of sit downs with artists, and we talk about that. Because truth of the matter is as well with social media and all the technology we have, there's a lot of facades that get put on online, right? And people think that, you're living this kind of life or you're portraying this thing, but then in the back, you're a mess. You know what I'm saying? And all three of us, we've been in that situation. So it's very simple to relate and be like, yo, look, move this way, blah, blah, blah. It's going to help you. I'm saying.
So out of all three of y'all, like, what is y'all's favorite genre of artists to work with, or the easiest? Because he said grooming. I like to use the word malleable. Grooming just sounds, but malleable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what genre of artists do y'all particularly like? Okay, yeah, this is gonna be the breadwinner. This is gonna be golden to work with.
I mean, for me, I don't have a preference, man. Like, again, I love the art. I love the talent. And if I see your potential, I want everybody to win. That's something that we share across the board as well. Is we love to see other people win. And so if I see you got raw talent, or even if you don't have raw talent, but you're developing, right, it is in your best interest, and obviously in mine as well, because if we're booking you and contracting you, we want to put a good production, right, for us to be like, hey man, tweak this, do this, you know what I'm saying? And I don't really have a preference. I say hip hop because that's really our meat and potatoes. You already know, but we deal with R&B artists, all kind of artists. We really don't have a preference. I don't have a preference.
No, I would say no. I don't have a preference at all. And I'm a big fan of music and for what it is. And I'm a fan of all different types of music, and not even just the music. I can just be anything. You could be like a pianist, classical. It doesn't really matter, but you can see that when you look at somebody and you can see their craft and how they present it, and how they perform it, you already can just like it's like common sense to me. Like you can really look at it and say, okay, they serious about this, or you can tell them that they're if they're not. So I mean, I don't have a specific genre. We don't have a specific genre because we host different types of events, whether it's on the oceanfront or whether it's a community event, and it's all different types of artists that we book, depending on the event itself. So I don't.
Would you prefer working with artists who have clout over ones who don't, though, like ones who have fan bases, or would you really just prefer over like strict talent? Like,
no, man, and we touched about and I say we obviously because we move as one. But in the last episode when you guys had Jay here, he spoke about that, how we don't. Yes, we can work with national acclaimed artists, but we love the independent artist that is right at that cusp, right, or right at that catapult, because for one, again, for us, we love to see people win. If you're in a position of celebrity fame, you probably don't got the bread or whatever, but if you have a notoriety in your city or whatever, it's dope to, like, at least for me, I love when an artist, right, has a little celebrity, their name is ringing bells, and then they jump on stage, and then right after they go and touch the fans. To me, that's everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because yes, eventually, hopefully, you get to a point where you are that big name, but you got to stay humble. And that's something that we, that's in our veins as an agency, is we always stay humble. And so I love to work with, national acclaimed artists, but also the independent artists, because the independent artist still has that like hunger, that eager. Sometimes when you become that star in your city or in your state or whatever, you start walking a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? And then egos get in the way or whatever. And that's so cool, that's natural and organic, but it's something dope about having that humility, that hunger, I like that.
That fresh hunger.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody in the beginning, you want to touch the fans. That's your main goal, is to talk to them, give them that recognition, like, hey, I appreciate you coming out. But as you grow, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of hard to do it when you got 20,000 people groping and grabbing, reaching, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like, I noticed early on you said something about artist development. So is that something that the agency provides as well? Because, I mean, I know plenty of independent artists in the 757 and the 804 area, and they're looking for somebody to be like, hey, look, I'm here.
Right.
I need the stepping stones, and I've seen the artists that y'all work with. Right. And I've seen them.
Yeah.
I was...
Right.
Yeah, I was impressed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's some people out here where I'm just like, you give them the chance, they give them an actual...
No question.
A team...
Right.
that has multiple resources or multiple abilities to help them in things that they lack, they can really soar into. Yeah. So do y'all do like talent searches or A&R or reports, or like how does that go?
Yeah, I mean, like Dev mentioned earlier, man, we have a dope network of a lot of resources that we can offer. Artist development is multiple facets, right? It's not one dimensional. And so like I mentioned earlier, it's also an organic thing, right? If we see, for example, you need development in sound, we know dope engineers. If vocals, we know somebody can help you with vocals, finances. So we have the resources, and you mentioned something very important. That there are artists that are like, oh, I'm here, I'm looking for somebody. But quite honestly, there's a lot of artists that don't be looking for nobody. And the resources are there. And that's in anything, right? If you want to be, Floyd Mayweather, why is Floyd Mayweather so good? Because Floyd Mayweather was doing his thing. You probably don't like him.
I ain't want to.
Okay, but all right.
Go on, say.
But okay, all right. So I'm gonna give another example. Kobe. R.I.P. to the man, right?
Yeah, thank you.
When dudes was out here partying, popping bottles in the club after a game, what was Kobe doing at 4:00 in the morning?
We practicing.
Exactly. Black Mamba mentality, right? So you got to have that mentality. If you want to be the best at your craft, you got to work at that joint. And part of working is, yo, let me pull up to the resources. You know, everybody knows what we doing. You know, prayerfully we doing, you know, we doing things and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it's okay for you to, at a production, be like, hey, man, look, I'm an artist. Here's my card. Can we set a meeting? It starts just like that. Or, yo, y'all event was dope. How can I tap in with y'all? And then we can have a conversation. You know, next thing you know, oh, cool, you need this, man. Hey, let me make a phone call, blah, 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 blah. It is that simple. But a lot of us, you know, and it's natural, right? We're not always confident. Sometimes you get insecure and you just chill in your little corner, and then you don't.
And then you pretty much just wasted your entire event. Well, because as an artist going to most local events, I would say the biggest thing you should be doing is going around networking, talking with people. And I'll even say for myself, from my own experiences of when I was performing and doing all that shit at the beginnings, I wasn't really walking around. But it's also because I didn't have the knowledge, or I didn't think about things like this. I didn't really I learned a lot about the performance in the creative aspect, but I didn't really learn too much about the networking, the marketing, the business part too much yet at that point. Gotcha. So I didn't even think about, if I'm going around just positive attitude, positive energy, getting people's numbers, networking, da-da-da-da-da. It wouldn't be till after the performance, and then, you know, of course, you're going to have a couple people, that was dope, bro, that was dope. Get a couple Instagrams. But I've been to events, I've DJ'd events where, shout out to Tally Bands. I'm going to just use her as an example. She's an artist from up in Richmond. The event I DJ'd, the second she walked in the building, because I drove her there, so the second she walked into the building, cards everywhere.
Dope.
All the tables. Dope. As artists were walking in, she was making it a point to walk over to each person. Hello, I'm Tally, I'm da-da-da-da. Yeah. That's how you're supposed to do it, for real. For a lot of,
because you're a business.
Yeah.
You think about it, you're a business. You gotta operate like a business.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And the biggest thing about business, especially the music business, is your network. I don't know if you haven't heard this. Your network is your net worth. That is a very true statement I heard when I was a very little kid, man. And that stuck with me my whole life. And that's a very true statement. The people you know can lead you to some really crazy opportunities, some bigger things, man.
And I think that's a good point that you made too, because once you realize that you are a business, that's where we can come in and help.
Yeah.
Yes. You got to realize too, we have Jay, he was an artist for well over how many years, Jay?
Long time. So,
you know, he'd been there, he's seen it and been through it all. So
don't skip over that. I got some question in my pocket, yes, sir.
Hey, for all of y'all that don't see, Jay's in the background. He out here,
Jay's
man.
On the side. He ain't showing his face today.
Yeah. Supervisor.
Yeah. We interviewing right now. But yeah, so that's what we come into play too, you know. Right. So, you know, that's the consultation. That's what you were talking about with the development. We bring that piece to it because, you know, we have people on the team that's already been there, done that. So it's important.
I mean, there's always got to be a vetting process of some sort. Because I'm sure you're not just finding some regular, you know, random people on the street. Just, you're making music? All right, come on. It's got to be you know, because there's artists who are doing this shit for fun, and then there's artists who are really trying to do this shit. Yeah. And I have no problems with either way that you do it. But if you're doing it for fun, don't act like you're being serious about it. Let's just treat it what it is. You like to make music for you to listen to, you and your homies to listen to? Great. Yeah. I'm still gonna make it sound great for you. You feel me? But when it comes to just, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, and I don't see nothing happening.
Yeah, it's gotta be some type of consistency going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're sharing your music, and I'm going to the page, and the last upload was what?
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Type shit.
Right. And
you felt some type of way about that. He seen that from a page.
Yeah, that was a little personal.
You ain't gonna say that. He said 3 years ago.
Yeah, he had to look at him for confirmation. Right.
Come on.
That bothered him.
Nah, man. You know, not for nothing, but we've been doing this for a while, man. And you know, and it's, again, just going back to what I said. If you want to be the master of your craft, you have to be constantly reinventing or regenerating or doing what you got to do to be better. You can't be stagnant and think that you're gonna yield something good, right? And also for us, you know, we're always quality over quantity. You know, yes, we'll talk to everybody, but we do have a very good vetting, you know, filter, you know, because at the end of the day, this is a business and you are a business. So we're going to make sure that, you know, like Dave said, you carry yourself as, you know, my favorite rapper, said it the best. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Okay. Shout out to Jay.
So
go ahead, man.
First the Mayweather, then you say Jay. Like,
hey man, listen, man, I'm from New York, my boy.
You know the crazy thing about it? Like, I knew it was gonna be an issue because when he said, I seen the Butters, right? And I was like, okay, maybe that's just a fashion sense.
New York,
but then he said New York. Then he said Dominican. I was like, he gonna say nothing but Jay and all them up there. But I give her. I know where this mentality come from. Yeah. I see it. I get it. Yeah. I've dealt with it before. Yeah. By y'all being in the industry and things of that nature, I'm gonna take a uncommon quote and make it work. Okay. How can we make music great again? From y'all's perspective.
He said it uncommon.
That's very common.
Wow.
I took it and I used it and I made it work.
You're a fool, my boy.
It's hard.
How can we make music great again?
Cause it's trash right now. Let's be honest.
It's
garbage.
It's definitely different.
No, you saying different. I say garbage. With a capital G.
That's like what the old folks say when they say "bless her heart."
You gotta say what it is. Sometimes it's trash right now.
Look,
it is.
I mean, I'm gonna say this. Nothing remains the same. Everything changes. Things go on phases. Now, for me, lyrics are very important. That is, to me, that is your bread, your butter. It's like when you cook, that joint ain't seasoning. That joint is whack. Ain't nobody gonna eat it, and people gonna flame you for it. So for me is, and you know, not for nothing, if you mumble rap and all that, that's dope. You know, for me, again, I come from New York, you know, the mecca of hip hop. Lyrics are a must. You know, if your music don't have substance, I'm gonna tune out. You know, the average span of a human is very, very short.
30 seconds.
Right. So if you got a dope beat, cool. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you don't got a substance behind it. I'm like, Siri, play the next song. You know what I'm saying?
I want good production.
Yes. No question. Yeah, you got to have, your engineering got to be, you know what I'm saying? Production got to be dope. I mean, Ye had an interview, Kanye, last week, and he was talking about how, how he played a song in a club and it didn't sound as good as what it did in the studio. Mm-hmm. And what did he do? He went and he made the things work, made the phone calls to get the right engineer. And that's definitely. So to make music great again, lyrics, and you got to invest in good quality sound and engineering.
I think personally we also need to we got to start having people tap back into like what music really is, because I feel like a lot of music is being made so quickly, especially with engineering. As many artists as I have in the last like week, I want to say that I've done a few people that they're just kind of, which is, I get it, like if you know your shit you can run through it, but sometimes it's like really like taking a step back and like you were saying, like listen to the substance of the song. What is it about? Yeah. What are we talking about here? What is it like? What is the message in the song? Is everything coherent? Is it making sense, or am I just saying shit? You know, because I feel like in a lot of music today, especially, it's just people just saying bars that rhyme and don't have no substance. It don't make no sense.
100%.
You talking about 8 different things in one verse when the song's about cars, and then the verse is talking about you fucking bitches. Like it don't make no sense. What are we talking about anymore?
But
that's most musical.
Does that kind of contradict what we were already saying in the beginning when he said, the attention span? People's attention span ain't it's not gonna go.
I understand that.
Okay, so I was watching this video on the radar, right? And he got this little white shorty. She kind of looked like the little Helga chick from volleyball, but she real skinny or whatever. And then she's like, I like bad bitches too. And everybody reviewing her music, and everybody's like, oh yeah, she about to be the next breakout star. Right. But it's just like y'all going off her cadence. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not going off her lyrics and nothing like that. Y'all hear the production, the cadence, fuck the bars. It's just hot. And then I was reading the comments, and there was one chick on there was like, yo, this is some bullshit. Bro, play. I want y'all to review my cipher. You know what I'm saying? Went to her page, real conscious, real, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just saying, made sense with her lyrics, had a story. People nowadays,
they want to go to the first lady. Yeah, they want to go that way.
You know what I'm saying?
So what is it? It's what sells. I mean, sex and all that has always sold, right? But especially in women's music nowadays, because women are way more empowered and in the spotlight than they used to be.
Right.
Like, what? You can't sit here and tell me women have not taken over hip hop, bro. Come on, bro.
They
don't deny yourself.
But I'm not about to say they were more empowered.
Right now, in this time, women are really running hip hop.
But I feel like women have had an era before. It's just a
R&B,
different
though.
Hip hop too.
Who cared about Lil' Kim?
Queen Latifah, MC.
You see?
You can't disrespect.
That's upper New York. That's what you was representing. That's what you wanted. You said we all New York, so that's you got to take that accountability.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't claim that one, boy.
But women are making noise right now. I mean,
Right
we
now, they
were
are.
just at an event this
Yeah,
weekend.
Glorilla
was just
killing that joint
all the way through the whole night.
Damn right.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's why I'm like, women are killing it right now.
They are.
But they didn't used to have that same power back then.
A woman.
How are they not? So tell me what male artist right now is hotter than a female?
You said what male artist right now?
You can't say Kendrick. That doesn't count.
He won 5 nominations. How does that not count?
I think he's talking like right.
I'm talking. I want to talk about the young cats, the ones who've been up and coming the last year and a half. The Ice Spices, the motherfucking whoever those other dudes.
Boss Man D-Lo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who's better than? All right.
You just asked. I gave you an answer. Boom.
But hold up. Is he really outdoing like a Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion? Is he really outdoing them right now? I don't think so.
Glorilla's debut album, first and foremost, out of a hood chick from Memphis, she put Kurt Franklin on the album.
She was solid.
Of course, that's gonna great. Every other song that she had, I think her album had 15 songs. Every other song had a feature from a well-known, established artist. So of course, your debut album is going to be golden. Especially if it's from cats that we haven't heard from in a while.
Let me ask you a question.
She put T-Pain on the bitch.
Let me ask you this though.
Nominated.
But let me ask you this though.
Now.
If she won't making no noise and she won't actually dope, do you think she would have got any of those features, even if she were gonna pay for them? Probably not.
No, I don't think she would.
Some people are not gonna want to put their name on something that's whack.
If she gives it to me in 2025, I'll give it to her. But 2024, obviously. Coming out the red lights like this big year and a half for her. She's been really giving it. If you can give me 2 years, strong 2 years.
They say 3 is like the lifespan of most artists. They say that they'll be relevant for like 3 years and then that's it. Unless you're Drake or Future or some shit, you know. Unless you get to a certain level.
I mean, Wiz Khalifa definitely had an error, bro. I mean, does not stop that.
Yeah, but again, only
he had
lasted like
5 years. Wiz Khalifa.
Oh yeah.
Like, come on now, we had people doing this, and we didn't know what it meant. Like, come on now.
Looking yellow and all.
You know what I'm saying? We was wearing tank tops and camos for a good long while now. Chuck Taylors. Now, niggas wasn't even wearing Chucks. Chucks was not even a thing until he was like, boom.
Yeah.
That was the fashion.
That was y'all, man. I wasn't doing that. I wasn't doing no Chucks, man. I'm sorry.
You want to wear no Chucks?
Nah, I'm from New York, baby.
Okay, so y'all was still see. The thing about New York, bro. I haven't got to do it now.
Yeah,
think about you, because you said earlier you was like, yo, New York is the Mecca, right?
Yeah.
Mecca for hip hop or whatever that. It could be a curation. Because, I mean, the Mecca is really Africa. It is where the beats and drums. But anyways, when it came to lyricism and stuff like that, I give it to y'all. Mm-hmm. But y'all higher delegation of artists that are still alive allowed a lot of dumb shit to happen in the city.
That's true.
That drill, and you say, oh, mumble rap is cool, whatever. That drill and mumble rap, I mean, people will say, "Oh yeah, Chicago," but
hold on.
Can you blame the rappers or can you blame the executives?
Well, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions.
I'm blaming the city. I'm blaming the state.
Hold on, we got 2 of them.
Now I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. First question is, what did New York do to you that you hate us that bad? Nah, I'm just joking. Nah, and then, seriously, look, for real. New York is New York. That's all I'm gonna say. With drill, so you telling me you don't bump to drill? So you wasn't listening to Pop Smoke? Rest in peace when Pop was doing his thing.
Pop Smoke had 3 songs before he was out of here. Let's be honest. CJ had 1 song before he was out of here.
Yeah, we don't.
What's his name? Smurda, 1 song out of here. It seems like New York's not putting legendary artists out anymore. They're putting one-hit wonders. I mean, even the Ice Spice route. Let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. Industry plant. It was put in there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
and now it's following suit.
But you also gotta remember, right?
Where's my lyricist from New York?
No question. And hold on. I'm gonna go your rap. Look, you gotta remember, like I mentioned earlier, everything goes in phases, right? Everything is changing. Just like technology is changing, rap is gonna change. Mm-hmm. A lot of these artists don't even write their own stuff, right? They hide most of the time, right? So if they out here chilling, right, with their friends, and a friend drops a monster, right? Oh my gosh, my song's name is gonna be Monster. Woo, I'm a monster. Woo, woo, that's a song now, right? They were high. If they were sober and somebody would have dropped a monster, man, pick up your monster. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta also understand times is different. In the times of Jadakiss, I'm gonna talk New York. Jada, Big Pun, Rough Riders, all that. These dudes were in the streets. What they spoke about, they were living. There was a substance. Yes, we getting money, blah, blah, blah. But they were living it. I feel like the music right now is, I'm a dude, and I don't want people to misconstrue what I'm saying is, I'm going to say what's coming out my mind right now because it's a dope beat that a computer just made for me. And it's going to be easy for me to say blah, 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 and make a song out of it because I'm going to go viral.
So as an agency, do y'all condone that from an artist? Do y'all look at the substance, the concrete foundation, or y'all just looking at, okay, this is going to get us a meal real quick. This is going to really put the agency on the map? Because you can find those type of artists, let's be honest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could put a bag behind them, let's be honest. And then the agency name, boom, Antidote agency put out, we behind it. But they shit trash. It's not really doing anything for the community. It's giving negative. So are y'all looking for, and you said quality over quantity. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
So are y'all looking through the whole thing? So it don't matter if, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, the whole thing. So to answer your question, yes, the whole thing.
All right.
And again, a lot of the stuff that we do is curation, right? And that goes from everything from the color of what we're going to put on our promo to the sound that we're trying to guide in our production. So if your talent don't mix, we're not gonna, incorporate you in it. But we are also very, very meticulous in how we do things. So yeah, if it's not to the quality that we would produce, yeah, we're not gonna.
Even if they're doing big numbers.
Well, see, that's the reason
tough,
why.
Ain't it?
Yeah,
that's tough.
It's tough.
Well, see, the reason why I asked that is because I've had other agencies in this room, had a bunch of artists in here, and they're selling out dreams, and I've had dope people in this room with actual quality, and they were like, "Nah, man, this ain't it." Like, I mean, you could go back to the lab. But then they listen to the mumble, they listen to the bullshit, they listen to shit. Either you're going to die, go to jail, or you're not going to be relevant in 365 days, and they go with it. Right. And I think that's a lot of things that I've noticed with doing interviews with artists. They fall short, or they lose faith in agencies or labels and stuff like that because it's like, damn, they not paying attention to what's good. They looking at the bag.
Well, I mean, a lot of the artists ain't never fucked with an agency anyway. They may have fucked with some like local label that didn't do shit for them, but like a lot of the I've have really not met too many artists who even know that there's even an agency out here. Like, which also could be another thing that we got to talk about. We got to get that word out that there's something like this out for sure, because a lot of artists don't know about it. Like just agencies or things like this, a lot of them don't care to look either. That's the thing. That's when we get back into the conversation of separating the ones who are doing this for fun and the ones who are serious about it. Because I do know a good handful of artists who are really around and moving and groove. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the one artist, AC3. I'm going to use him as an example.
Shout out AC.
Bro is like, he was there Friday. Bro be all over the place. I be seeing him performing. He be all over. He be moving and grooving and shit. You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing. Good. That's how it should be. That's what I'm saying. And that's the type, those are the type of people who are taking it serious. Even ones who are going to sessions just to sit there and do, just somehow be a part of it. They're not recording shit. They're probably not even writing in the song. They're just there. But they're there to be there.
That's what I was going to mention too, and you could chime in if you want on this, Dev. But that development, right? That's part of. You can come in right in the genesis of your career as a mumble rapper, but somebody could take you under the wing and say, yo, my guy, look, this formula could be working right now, but I see this potential in you. Let's tweak this, and this, and let's do something else. And that could skyrocket your brand, right? You don't, as a consumer, sometimes we judge the art and we think that is all the dimension that the artist or the talent could be. But if you have good development, if, like you said, a good agency or good backing behind you that can tweak some things, you can be something different. So to answer your question, it was like, oh, you know, even if it's making numbers, again, we are very specific and meticulous, and everything got to make sense. So if it doesn't make sense, you could be producing numbers, but if it don't make sense to us, we will politely bow, you know, out. But if we see the potential, numbers or not, we'll give you a shot and we can help you. But like you said, you have to have that sense of initiative and hunger in yourself to go out there, do what you got to do, and then, you know, develop your craft.
And to piggyback off of Will, you got to realize what we do here. We're artist advocates.
Yes.
Right? So we showcase talent, and there's so many different varieties of talent. Whether it's a mumble rap, whatever it may be, that may be their thing, and it all depends on what we're doing. We have different types of events that we showcase throughout this area. So this mumble rapper may not fit this event for nonprofit kids event, you know. So it just all depends on what we're curating. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So that's a big thing too. Everyone doesn't fit that type, depending on what we're doing as far as the event goes.
Can I ask y'all this though?
Yeah.
Like, what would be one thing to fix out of promotion with y'all's brand and y'all's company? And I'm saying this is because, like I said, I wasn't here for the last episode, so it was my first time hearing about something like this. Right. And then seeing y'all tonight, okay, I deal with a bunch of artists on a regular basis. Right. It would be dope to tell them, hey, go here. And then as soon as they say, hey, how you know them? Okay, yes, I was in an interview with them, but you know what I'm saying? Like, how could y'all fix the promotion on y'all side, in y'all's opinion?
Want to answer that? I mean, you know, obviously social media, we're out and about as well. You know, we were just at an event, you know, shout out to Traptastic, you know, the other night. And, you know, we saw some artists that we've worked with before. My thing is, I always say the best formula is networking. Go out there. We are out here. Don't be afraid. And if somebody comes to you and says, man, I'm looking for this, send them our way. What we do everything. Like Dev said, we're a one-stop shop. You know, we're not going to hold you back. If you know some artists that, you know, are looking for help,
send them over to us. Antidote_agency on Instagram.
That's it.
There we go.
Antidote_agency on Instagram. Follow, send us your stuff. But the thing is, we gotta realize we started this last year. We started this company last year, and networking is so crucial to us. So whenever there's an event, I mean, we get how our email and text messages go crazy every day. Because James is sending us all types of stuff as far as us getting into the community. Right. So that's one of the main priorities that we look forward to is to go. We coming up on the event this week, and
I'll give y'all props for that. Y'all definitely be out.
So I mean, we're doing the same thing. You know, because we have to meet those artists.
Because some people in the room playing video games, smoking weed, they're not really out there, and so we put ourselves out there, like, oh, you know, we're doing this, you know, and so. That's the main thing. Put yourself out there because the resources are out.
When y'all say contact y'all and stuff like that, how would you prefer an artist to do that? Would y'all like an EPK? Do y'all want an email? Do y'all want a text? Like, what is the proper format to get y'all's attention?
Good question, actually.
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah. I mean, social media is. We always say social media because that's just the most widely used form of communication at this day and time. So Instagram, everyone has Instagram. Reach out to us, follow us, and that will route you to our. Also, if you want to get us in another communication aspect, is through our website, AntidoteAgencyLLC.com. So there's different ways you can do it, or you can always just
email us too.
Just email us. We can email us. All our information is on our social media pages on our website. So,
but like when the artists are emailing you,
that's
do
what
you
I mean.
want them to send you just like a message like, hey, what's up? I want to set a meeting, or would you prefer them send you a whole EPK, info and all that type of stuff? You know what I mean?
It's like anything, right? Introduce yourself. Cool. Hey, look, I'm an artist from Portsmouth. Let's say, hey, this is my track. Look me up. I got a video on YouTube. Cool. We'll see. Oh, this is dope. Then we'll go and start to communicate with you, and then, hey man, send me other things, and so on and so forth.
Right.
I think Go ahead.
Yeah, and sorry to cut you.
No, go ahead, my brother.
No, but I mean that's important. I wouldn't say. I mean, a good formal communication will be great because I think that, like you said, you got to carry yourself as like you're operating a business, right?
Yeah.
So you carry yourself that way when you're communicating as well, whether it's through phone, email, text, whatever it may be. That's great.
Yeah.
But any type of form of communication is great, but formal will be great. Just introduce yourself, who you are. Yeah. Here's my website. Here's my music. Because we meet weekly, every week, in our office, and we go through all of that form of communication that we receive from different artists. So, I mean, it's nothing. I mean, is there anything specific that you want to see? Because we get all types of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna send us, your tracks, like make sure that is properly formatted. Don't send us something that is going to be distorted where we can't hear.
It's the mixed. It's the unmixed.
Exactly. No.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Like we said, it's quality over quantity. Yeah. Send us your best stuff because, again, you're a business. You are trying to collaborate with another business, so make sure that you come in correct. So.
Yeah.
Because we live in an impatient type of time.
Right.
It's something else that I've actually noticed with artists. You know what I'm saying? What's y'all's response time and like operations? And what I mean by that, like, say Monty sends you a message, it might be 9 o'clock right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it might be Monday.
Yeah.
Are y'all the type to like in 24 hours, or you might see it when you see it? You know what I'm saying? Because I think that happens to a lot of artists. They send their work off, and they're like, okay, cool. They patiently waiting. 24 hours go by, 48 hours go by,
don't hear anything.
And then they see the person that they're interested in post a story, and it's like, damn, are y'all not looking? Are you saying so?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We're in minutes. You send us stuff, we're seeing it. We're working all day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that differentiates us, from the other agencies is we're constantly working. You know what I'm saying? We're putting on for, again, we are artist advocates. And how can we advocate for artists if we're not working for them? So send us your stuff. We'll hit you right up. Like, no exaggeration. Like, within minutes, you'll hear from us.
And make sure it's freaking formal, people. Like,
yes,
artists,
please.
A big thing that you gotta learn is how to, like, business talk.
Yeah.
Like, even if you just talk shit with your friends all day, when it comes to business, man, you gotta kind of put this certain facade on. You know what I mean? Even if you don't like to act like that. I don't like to act like that, but I know that when it comes to business, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And when you're in certain settings and you're talking to certain people, if you're talking to me and you sound stupid, I'm not gonna want to fuck with you. So you can't sound stupid talking to somebody else or just talking to them crazy, cussing and all this other stuff.
Spell check
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
Spell
all
check
that.
it. You can spell check a little bit.
We
got AIs
like
around
this,
now, so you can utilize ChatGPT if you need to.
And if you can't do it, have somebody do it for you.
Yeah,
I would say because
ChatGPT can do that shit for you.
Right.
I was just saying because my language, me personally, my language is raw. I'm raw with it.
Right.
Like, how I act right now is how I'm gonna act.
Barely
You understand, but you understand.
I understand, but you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, like some artists, like, well, you from the South, you gonna get that South slang, you gonna get that type of verbiage. So if that's how you come in emails or messages, have somebody that's more sophisticated, or like you said, ChatGPT, whatever means necessary to get the job done.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes when you do that, like when you do correct yourself so much, it's like when you finally meet that person in that room, you're like, oh, I talked to so and so, Jermaine Johnson, and then now I got Lil 12 right here. Like it's different because, like you said, an artistry is a business. Y'all are a business,
right?
So you're getting my business. You're getting my brand. This is who I am.
Yeah, we respect that.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, you just gotta have a balance, right? You know, be yourself. Don't, because when you try to be something else, it's never successful. Be yourself, but have a decorum to you. You know, move a certain way that doors are gonna be open. A lot of talent and a lot of artistry withers away because people don't know how to walk through doors. And for you to walk through a door, you got to know how to get to it. Doors can shut on your face. They could be open waiting for you, but you can close a door on your face because you chose to, I'm going to be me. Yes, be yourself, but it's okay to have a little decorum to you and know how to have that balance.
I feel like a lot of artists also feel like they're too big to walk through some doors. I've learned that through time. It's like even for myself a few years ago when I had a big old head and I felt like I was just too big for my own boots. And I know. And you're just like, you feel like this isn't even worth my time. When a lot of it you'll never really know unless you try it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And just because you feel like somebody might not be on your level doesn't mean they aren't. Like, you really don't know unless you know somebody or at least give something a try, you know? Because I feel like in my life, I've probably missed out on a lot of opportunities that probably could have been pretty cool if I really just gave it a try. Right. But nowadays, it's a lot different. I'm really taking just pretty much a lot of opportunities that I'm given. But
and don't be afraid to, set feedback, man.
Right.
Oh yeah,
right.
Critiques.
Yeah, critique is good.
That.
Like a lot of people have that connotation of like critiquing is they have it's like a negative thing, but 360 feedback is good.
Yeah, it's all for me. It's all about how you say it. Like, because if you come to me with like an honest critique of whatever it is that we just did or my music or whatever, and it's like a real critique where it's like, I feel like this could have been improved or we could have tried something like this, I'll respect it. But if you're just, that shit was trash.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I'm just like,
you can choose to take it. You can choose to take it or leave it, whatever. But
you gotta be honest. It was trash, and I'm gonna tell you why it was trash. Your delivery was trash. Your beat was trash. Your cadence was trash.
I think we need that though.
Well, the thing is though, is like if you're, for me, I'm okay with taking a lot of criticism with like my music stuff. Like I'm okay with taking it with my music stuff because I'm not afraid to dish it out. Like, and I'm always dishing it out, saying everybody's shit is trash because I think that most of the people that I hear their shit is not good. Like I genuinely, but I also don't like all that trap rap and mumble rap and drill rap. I don't like none of that shit. All of it sounds bad to me now. It's all just sounds the same. Everybody flowing the same. Beats all sound the same. Everything just sounds the same. It's all just dead duplicates. That's why I don't like a lot of it. But for real, like that's all it is, And I don't like a lot of it. So a lot of it is trash to me. But anytime that I get a singer or just anything that's not even some rappers, if your music has substance, but if you're just in there talking about shooting up blocks and shit, I don't care about that shit.
Speaking of that though, we all seen the YSL case, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we've seen how that goes.
This was so random.
No, because you said violence.
Where you going with this?
Right? Because as an agency, are y'all willing to stick with an artist do that, or are you gonna chuck the deuces? I want to see where the loyalty's at.
That's a great question.
Real good question.
You want to answer that one?
No, I think you better.
Okay. Oh, funny guy. Yeah. No, I mean, look, man. Again, we're gonna go back to artistry development. Yo, you can have a life on the streets, and that could have, gotten you to this point. But it's okay for you to say, yo, look, I have a lot that I'm working on that is gonna put me in a different position, and I could leave the streets. Now, we are not ones to tell you, hey, man, you can't be out here gangbanging, whatever. If that's what you want to do. But if we're having a business conversation, then we expect for you to be business,
That's tough,
man. Again, it's tough because a lot of people, like you said earlier, right, that's their identity, that's their DNA,
that's their brand,
that's their brand. And so again, the word balance, right? We just have balance. We if it makes sense, we do what we got to do, and but I mean, we're nobody to tell anybody to, you know. Yeah,
but that kind of leads you to a tough spot though, because then say you have an artist, right, and you guys have been working with the artist for a while, did shows, all this, and then they end up catching a case, right?
Yeah.
Big Rico.
A big part of that is gonna fall back onto y'all because this is an artist that y'all work with, right? Because is it gonna be worth like trying to fight through this case with that artist for y'all, or is like because your reputation as a brand, as a whole brand, you know, this could affect it if other brands are looking at y'all like, oh well, I mean, artists that y'all are dealing with, they got a lot of gangbanging stuff going on, and they got this going on and that going on. We don't really want to mess with that. That's what makes it tough. Like, so would you feel like you're condoning the behavior if you stay with the artist who's going through this type of stuff?
I mean, we don't condone anything. I mean,
well,
like,
but
what I'm saying is, again, business is business. We're gonna do business until we can't do business.
Fair.
Protecting your profit or protecting your business.
That's it.
Okay.
You know, we're gonna do business until we can't do business. You catch a RICO case, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know, that's where you have legal paperwork, right? That separates entities and things. And you know, business is business. If we have to operate in business, we're gonna operate with business. But then when you have your business, that's your business.
That's fair. Because I mean,
that works for Diddy cases too, right?
You know, no Diddy. I don't...
CEO acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
My name is not in that. None of our names are in those indictments, man. We weren't there. We don't move like that.
Okay, I'm just making sure, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want the face to go to the Breakfast Club and be like, you're gonna put respect on my name. You know what I'm saying? I just had to make sure. I want to see where his gangsta at. Yeah. I've been doing my research. I had to see. You know what I'm saying? Okay then.
You don't even have a mic to defend himself.
That's all right. That's all right.
Y'all retarded.
Yeah, he's mad funny, man. Yeah. Next week.
It's coming. Next week. Be ready.
Come with the same energy.
Be ready. It can't even tell. I'm docile right now. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's so love. It's so love. Yeah.
So the Virginia scene, man. A lot of the artists around. I feel like there's kind of been a shift. You know, a shift going on with a lot better energy coming towards Virginia nowadays. Because I feel like the last 10 years has been pretty rough around here with the stigma of, you know, nobody supports. Yeah. You have to leave to blow up. You know, all that good stuff. How do y'all feel generally just about the music scene around here? What do you feel like can be improved about it? Do you guys feel like there's anything that your agency can do to improve the narrative of the music scene?
You could take that one, Dev.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I would say as a whole, as Virginia, I think it's on the incline. Just from some of the stuff that we were dealing with, like what's the guy from Woodbridge? Tommy Richmond. Yeah,
oh my God!
Yeah,
stop hating on everything. Yeah. You hate on everything.
Look, hold on, man.
Everything.
So I mean,
just a bona fide hater.
Give it to my man. He made it.
Yeah, he made it. You know what I'm saying?
God, get tired of everybody using his ass.
I mean, I think it's a good example.
Don't hate.
He's the most recent example, isn't he?
I'm not sure if you heard the album, but it's pretty dope. I like it.
It was okay.
I like it. I like the kind of music. I like it.
It's definitely a lot different than a lot of other stuff that you hear. I like his different. Utilization of his voice.
I think it's different. Yes, that's what I like. I like different.
I like the utilization of his voice, but yeah, Ed is just a bona fide hater.
No,
anyway, as
we
were
the album's fire though. That's great.
Hey, listen, man.
I listened to it. I thought it was pretty good.
Different strokes, different folks. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And no dead, no dead.
All day.
Yeah, but I think I think I don't think Virginia, especially the local area, I don't think we're that far away. Just from what I'm seeing and going out to different events, there's a lot of dope artists and dope, you know what I mean? So, and with good production, like we met some good producers. We're in the studio, and I mean, we just went to the studio. What did you go? Last week?
2 weeks ago.
And how was that?
It was dope.
And there was a lot of artists.
It was dope. Yeah, you know, no question.
Where's the studio?
It's in Virginia Beach.
What studio?
You know.
Yeah, we check your card.
No, listen. We don't let out all the songs.
If it was the same studio,
we'll talk when the cameras are off. Because, you know, we're working on some things we can't talk about.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's the same studio we've been going to, that's going to be kind of cool. That's all I'm saying.
All right, then if it is, then it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit.
We might all be going to the same spot right now.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, okay.
We'll figure that out afterward.
Shout out Mr. Biggs. Biggs.
Biggs, my guy.
Yeah. All right.
Prime.
Yeah, Prime. Okay.
So you understand?
Yeah.
That's our brother. That's our dude.
So you understand? So just off of that.
But there's a lot of stuff that we're working, and but like you said, man, I feel like it's definitely on an incline. I think it's definitely man, it's dope, and I feel like the exposure, again, not to toot on the same horn, Pharrell and everything he's doing out here. I think that exposure is also good, and man, for us, all we could do is keep on doing what we're doing, working, putting ourselves out there, making the connects that we got to make, again, advocating for the artists. We have the ability to have this platform, and if it's gonna make sense, we're gonna do what we got to do. So that's it.
I feel like we touched on it when Jay was here, but I cannot recall how diversified is the roster of artists that y'all are currently working with.
Oh yeah, it's diversified. It's a big pool. I mean, again, not to cut you off, my brother, but a lot of what we do, or big portion of what we do, is curate. So for you to curate, you have to have diversity and assortment of things to make things make sense. So it's pretty big.
And this is not just locally. I mean, this is national.
Yes. So we have sources in different states, and a lot of phone calls we can make for sure.
So last week we had a guest up here, Ms. Blends from Blendsville.
Dope.
I don't know if you guys have heard of Blendsville before. They did the awards last year, the 757 Music Awards last year. We were having a conversation about, I had mentioned that I have recently, in the last year, have ran into quite a lot of people who are like y'all, like us, who are like really making moves and doing things, like pretty special things, And I was saying how important I think it would be for all of these big rigs to come together, who I feel are big rigs, to come together and figure out what can we all do, together. How possible would it be to get an Antidote agency to meet with some of the other big rigs? Or like, how open would y'all be to be doing stuff like that? Just meeting other people who I feel like if we all were to come together, we could all do something.
That's just like Miss Blend's award ceremony, and with Antidote agency, they have the artists and things like that. So that combo alone would be pretty phenomenal. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So actually, we have done that. We are doing that. That's why I was talking about. There's a lot of things that we can't talk about, but we are doing that. There is strength in number and in unity. You have to, for you to be an antidote to anything, you got to have a team, you got to have a doctor, you got to have a nurse to administer the vaccine, whatever. So it's a big team. We are not the company that's gonna hoard or take the space for ourselves. We don't work like that. You can't work like that. Like it just won't happen. And again, going back to opening doors and walking through doors, we could be good in this lane. Somebody else could be good in another lane. We collaborate. Next thing you know, 10 doors just open for artists. Yeah. We talk to this person, same thing, 20 doors just open. So now, again, that's how the network is built. That's how we work. And we're doing it right now.
Yeah, good. And just to let you know, that was when we created the company. That was one of our, you make that list of things to check off for the next 12 months. That was one of the items that to collaborate.
Yes.
With like strong minds. In this area. So that's in the works.
Because I think bringing some of these different collectives together somehow, some way, and making it make sense. The hard part of it is figuring out what exactly it is that everybody could do that's going to benefit everybody and that would work for everybody.
For sure.
Right.
Is figuring out what it is that everyone can do. Because everybody's going to want their artists to perform. Everybody's going to want, to make their bread and to have their things and all that. but it's like, what could we do as Virginia music scene to come together and really make a big event for everybody that would make sense. I think a big thing that could just make sense is just throwing festivals, more festivals, localized festivals.
Man, push that nigga out.
He said push out Pharrell.
They making him seem like he's fucking Messiah. Push that nigga out.
I mean, he the only person that's really putting stuff together.
He's
like
not
that.
the only fucking person that's putting shit together. Like he just said, you got some big wigs, big heavy hitters in here. We need to push that narrative of, oh yeah, he's Pharrell. He's gonna help us out in Virginia. Push that nigga out. He got Louis Vuitton right now.
I didn't even really have Pharrell on my mind.
Push them
this
out.
whole thing. I was more or less thinking of just everybody who's really out here grinding in Virginia, not coming back and just like, hey, I'm here now. You know, because I mean that is kind of what Pharrell is doing. But I mean, shout out to him for doing more than we're doing. Like shit, I don't see you fucking going and building a pool where you were from, right? I don't see you going in here putting money into
pool.
Like
a pool.
Yeah, it's beyond
for some
pool.
apartment complexes who don't.
Bro.
Shout out Pharrell, man.
We need to lose weight anyway.
Right.
Because
he's done way more than just a pool.
I'm listening. But shout out to
Pharrell. He's doing good things.
Yeah, because it's more than a pool in his old neighborhood.
Try not to
All I'm saying is
I ain't
you are
trying to
just
hear
a
none of that.
fucking hater.
We can build a pool, bro. We need to lose weight anyway. We can dig the ditch.
He's using that platform for the good.
Anyway, point being.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, look, ultimately, for anything to be done, not one person can do it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be a collective.
Exactly.
I think what would be cool and just an idea to throw out into the universe if anybody wants to take it is having a festival that includes a mixture of the locals and like famous artists to where it's like it doesn't have to be something as big as Something in the Water, but it can't be something to where the local artists are going on all the way at the beginning before everybody gets there.
Right.
And then that's it. It's got to be like a mixture of you have like a famous person open up and then a couple locals come on and then you have another famous person come up and then you have a couple locals go on, and you know what I'm saying? Because it'll keep the interest of the fans there because they're like, oh, well, I still want to see this person. I still want to see this person. And then have your big headliner at the end. But, giving a nice mixture, because I know like Something in the Water, right, for instance, they had all of these side stages up the street that really people weren't at, that all the artists that they were giving to the artists, you know, and to me, it's like, why not get a lot more of those people on right in front of the main stage, where everybody's really looking, because I feel like that's the most important part. Because I know that, artists come into town and they open up, oh, you can pay to be the opener, but y'all seems like it's different. It's no, y'all gonna get paid to open.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that would be a huge gap that'd be bridged right there, of like getting the artists in front of the right people, in front of the fans, instead of just other artists in a small venue, So that was just like my thought is like if everybody can kind of come together and we all throw our own festival where everybody's involved, we all have our own little parts of it, whatever. Right. I don't know, just something. I just feel like Virginia's music scene has got to start doing more to come together. Like we're getting there, but it's like now we need to really like get some heavy hitters together, right people in the room to plan something really special that can really affect everybody, that can be done at least once a year.
Not talking too much, about things that we can't talk about, but that is also being in the works right now.
2025?
Yes, 2025. That is stuff that we are also working on. That is part of being an Antidote as well. We understand that. We live that, and if you notice from the productions that we've done, we try to emphasize that. Yes, we do. Sometimes we do have a nationally, acclaimed artist, but we sprinkle the artist. We don't, if from the beginning to the end of our production, it's lit. Yeah. That's what we do. We curate that, and so, but we also understand that is something that we need big time, and so we're also working on that. Stay tuned. It's lit.
It's all about putting the right people into the right places, right artists on the right shows. You get you an R&B show, you shouldn't have nothing but R&B artists up there. And also working with the right people too, because it's
obviously there's a lot of factors to collaborations. And truth of the matter is there's a lot of ego, there's a lot of money involved, and so again, it's coming to that point where it's like, all right, what's the bigger picture? you know, is it for us to bring the exposure to our zone and, you know, exploit the talent, or are you just trying to get money out of this, or, you know, or oh, you just trying to get all the clout for this event? There's conversations that are had, and then, you know, there's the conversation that is to be had, right? Where it's like, yo, I understand that, I understand myself, but this is what we're gonna do. Are we on the same page? And, you know, again, we're in those rooms and in those talks, and it's happening.
Yeah. It's a lot of great minds out there. I can tell you that right now.
No question.
So,
Yes, there is.
Yeah. So
Yes, there is.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
It needs to be done.
Yeah, it's keeping an open mind, man. That's the one thing I've learned in this shit, especially the last few years. Is open yourself up, let your ego out the door, because there's no need for it anyway. And it's definitely important to just be open to things, man, to new things, new people. You feel me?
For sure. Right.
You feel me? Oh, shit. Well, we are coming close to the end, but I do have this question for you guys. What is one thing out of this that you absolutely love? Like, what is the biggest thing that out of like what y'all do that makes you feel the best about doing it?
Good.
I would say, for me, I would just say working with the artists and just seeing their excitement, not just as far as the crowd or whatnot. Just saying, just the artistry. Just for me being able to see it and them seeing that the work that we put in to help them showcase their talent and actually believing in us to help them do that, that really gets me excited. I mean, pause. But you know what I'm saying? But really, I mean, it really is a satisfying thing when you're helping the artist, you know, showcase their talent and knowing that you contributed to something, you know, within their career. I mean, that really, and I see it already, whether it's a local or the mainstream artist, it's just good to see. Yeah. So I would just say that would probably be one of my biggest things, just to see that.
Yeah, man. And for me, it's I like the backstage stuff. I like the stuff that people don't like, the headaches, the phone calls, you know, the making the thing happen. Because, you know, a production, an event, a party, whatever, it looks dope when it's happening. But the genesis of it all, the idea, you know, the building it and then seeing it come to fruition is the dopest thing for me. So
I can agree.
I love that. I love the creative aspect of what we do.
Yeah.
And the curation behind it.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'll say that from my experience, man. Yeah. Putting shit together is definitely like fun. And then especially at the end when
the end product,
Yeah, and then you're like, damn.
Yeah. Right. It was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
It was good.
Yeah. You know, because we've been, my bad. I don't know if you were gonna say something.
No, I was just saying y'all having like a real Coach Carter moment, you know, at the end of the movie. Like, and I'm hopeful.
No, because you know, like for real, you know, we you know, we've been in situations where we're at the crunch time, right? We have this window to get it done. We have this number to get it done, and we got to make something crazy happen because, again, right, that's what we do. So, you know, we have lives, we have children, you know, we have full-time jobs, you know, and we're also doing this. And so there's times, man, that it be mad late at night or mad early in the morning, and we're making phone calls. You know, James is doing a thing, I'm doing a thing, Dev is doing a thing, and then, you know, like, oh man, you hear anything? Nah, not yet. Okay, man, I'm still working, but what about, oh man, I heard this. And then seeing the Rubik's Cube, and then boom, it's done. It's like, yo, it's worth it. And then when the lights are on and everybody's having a good time, and you see the consumer indulging in the creation, it's dopest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's just so many different pieces that, you know, in that production. Like you just see all, you know, you got the sound over here, you got marketing, you got the housekeeping, you know, and when you see all that gel together and everything works for its good, it's amazing. It's just amazing to see, man.
Yeah.
You know, and like it's not perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
It never is,
but
Never
you know
is.
what I'm saying? But it's just good. It's a good thing.
If people had a good time though, then it's perfect to me.
Yes.
Like
I
when it
agree.
comes to like the production events, man, I've had shit hit the fan so many times. You know, shit happens, technical problems,
Right.
audio
those.
problems, light problems, just all different types of shit have happened to you know. But it's how you react It's how you move forward, how you keep pushing, and as long as everybody's having a good time, shit, it don't really matter for real.
That's
for real.
it.
Yeah.
That's definitely the biggest thing about throwing parties or events. As long as everybody's having a good old time, all that little technical fuck up shit is just
it happens.
It's inevitable. Shit happens.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
What would you say is the best experience that you've had so far?
Yeah, I'll let you take this. Or you want me to go?
Well, each of you can have your
All
own,
right.
you know.
Well, I think yeah, I just don't want to cut them off. I think for me, for real, man, is doing it with these dudes like by my side, man. Like, I love these guys. They already know, no Diddy, but these are my brothers. Like, doing a lot of the stuff that we do is like going to war, and these guys are geniuses, and working with them is dope. And I think that's it for me, man. Just being in their side.
I'm just for me, it's just the artist, man. Because you think about it, if we don't have the artist, we don't have nothing.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We don't got nothing. So just for them being able to want us to help them with anything, is just a blessing for us. You know what I mean? And so I say it's the artist, just being able to meet with and greet and be in their lives and see how they curate and get their stuff out. It's good. It's a good experience because I wasn't in this type of environment 2 years ago. So I'm still learning as I go. So just for me to see it, it's amazing.
Is the shift from not really being in the music like that, as far as like where you guys are doing now, is that shift like in that learning curve, was it hard for you or was it kind of an easy adjustment?
It's definitely not, I'm gonna tell you, it's definitely not easy, but I think it makes it easier because we do have, for one, we got Face here that's seen it. So it actually, he gives another point of view and he's able to walk us through certain things. So that actually helps the situation. But you got to realize we're still learning as we go too.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? And we're not sitting here saying we all got together, but we're still learning as a business. And sometimes we ask people for feedback. After every event, we ask for feedback to the artists. Say, hey, what could we do better? What did you like? What you didn't like? So we can take it back.
That's important.
So that's important. So so it's a work in progress, man.
It's all data research, baby.
That's it
for sure.
It's crucial.
Things are gonna probably fail a million times before they succeed. You know what I'm saying? To me, failures aren't even really failures. They're just like, just because you lost a battle doesn't mean you lost a war.
Losses aren't really like the L's that they say. They're lessons.
I agree with you.
It's just a lesson. What can we do better next time?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's it. And don't dwell on it, because that's another thing. Like, you're gonna face, obstruction, adversity, or whatever. You can't just stalemate. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, all right, cool. I got to learn and pivot from that joint. You know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing, man.
Keep it pushing. And also like going with the times too, like learning how to adjust to times, like because if you get into like a certain habit, a certain form of habits, and you're not able to break that to adjust to the changes that happen like every day in the industry and just in people's behaviors and just all that type, it's learning how to adjust through time, with the times too. I think that's super important.
No question.
Because just music is just way different nowadays, and how everything works is way different than how it used to be.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? I miss how music was. We was having this conversation in the studio the other day. What's your favorite era of music?
Man, don't go there. I know what I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
What is it?
90s.
All day. That's it.
You're in the 90s still?
90s, early 2000s.
So now, I mean, I feel like for me, the question, it goes deeper than just what's your favorite era. Because to me, it's like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about like the style of music? Because like 50s and 60s is what I've been on lately. Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra.
Oh man,
Louis Armstrong, all that type of shit. Yeah, I've been listening to like nothing but that pretty much lately.
Like true artistry at its best.
Yes, when
I'm thinking like Prince, like Prince.
Yeah,
like he can go in the studio. This is what I saw on the podcast somewhere. He goes in the studio. He can play every instrument. He can
that's what I'm saying. Like you just don't get that
that's what I'm saying. Like
he went with it too.
Well, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about that though is that like in a lot of music these days, there's like a very select few people who are multi-talented like that, who can sing, dance, who can play instruments, who can do it all. There's a very, very small select people.
Very few.
And back then, that was pretty much a damn requirement that you had to know how to do it all pretty much in order to really be successful. If you really look at those different people, go ahead and tell me anybody 50s, 60s through the 70s who didn't have any type of talent could just rap or something and who made it.
No, I was about to say.
Yeah, you were about to hate.
I was about to say. Neo said it. He said it like 2 years ago. He was like,
what did he say?
Music nowadays isn't as crucial as it used to be. Like back then, you had to have.
You really had to.
You know what I'm saying?
You had to have
be
talent.
an artist, you had to be an artist. Like you had to have choreography. You had to have, know how to speak without the DJ being there. Like you know what I'm saying? You had to be able to interact with the crowd. Nowadays, it's just like, if my following's good and my numbers are good, I really don't got.
So you think social media played a big
Damn
thing?
right. Social media was the downfall of
You
music, of music quality. 100%. No, not just social media. No. I'm gonna tell you what really fucked up the quality of music.
Society.
No.
Society. Okay.
Open distribution. That's what fucked up the quality of music. I say open distribution because anybody can distribute their music to anywhere now. Yeah. So now, because it's so accessible for artists, because back then you had to have a label.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You had to have somebody who you had to have that shit. Now you don't. Now you can just upload it to YouTube, to Spotify, to iTunes, to everywhere at any time. All you have to do is pay a monthly fee, yearly fee.
To that though.
To me, it's all con because
it's pros and cons. Because the pro with it, you ain't gotta follow this dumbass label that's gonna fuck you in the end. How many of the greats that you said the '90s, the TLCs, the Wu-Tang, how many of the greatest groups or greatest artists alive been fucked over and are still fucked?
Definitely
and
understand.
They die and their estate still fucked because the label's still trying to collect.
I definitely can understand.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say that. I said society, as in everybody's a winner. Like, you ever heard that shit? Like, your coach,
man.
everybody gets a trophy.
Participation trophy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just because you put music out don't mean motherfucker, you just got to keep going. You just got to keep trying. Somebody got to burst your bubble. Somebody got to tell you, hey, we need garbage men. We need chefs. We need doctors, policemen.
It's a little soft.
Fuck that. I'm hurting feelings. Your shit was trash.
I just feel like,
No, I was going to say, I don't know, though, because I feel like everybody's music taste is different.
It is.
Because it's a lot of stuff that I feel like is complete trash that somebody else is bopping to. Listen to music nowadays.
Bullshit.
That's pretty much me for the most
Everybody
part.
is bopping to a lot of music that is trash.
Is trash that I just don't like, and that's pretty much the majority
of the shit. Do you see it shifting though? Do you see it shifting? Like, do you see that? How music is today? Do you see a shift?
Yeah, everybody's fleeing the country because that's the easy route.
Like a shift in the music itself?
Because
I think it's been dumbed down to the absolute dumbest levels it can go at this point.
Okay, so
I mean, it could probably get worse, and it probably will. But right now, music is so dumbed down. But it's also because everything is way too accessible. Everything, as far as like the creation process, you can download any program, start making beats at any time. Recording, again, same. You can get a recording set up for like $500. You can get a full recording set up and start recording. Everything is so easy to access.
But isn't that what you want?
We need to start giving appreciation to live music again, honestly, to musicians, because we really need people to play these instruments. Like, take, for instance, we were saying, was it in the studio when we were saying back because we were speaking of the 60s and 50s music, but the 90s, it really just became a bunch of sampling. And that's exactly what they're doing now. Now it's just a bunch of sampling. There's no originality to it anymore.
It's pretty much just loop back over.
Exactly.
And now all the music now is just loops of what was made in the 90s.
Exactly.
But I think the main difference, and this is why I like the 90s era, was because of the hustle. Like, you mentioned it. The access to everything is so quick. Your hustle is very minimal. In the 90s, for you to be a renowned celebrity, no matter your genre, you had to hustle. You had to be in the clubs.
Street teams.
You had to be knowing DJ.
You had to be everywhere.
You had to be doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, again, technology is very. We pull out our phone, open up an app, and that's it. Our music now can be, exposed to the masses. But there's something about that, oh snap, all right, well, it's Thursday, or I'm gonna get my fit together because tomorrow the club's gonna be lit. Let me go meet with my dude that's the DJ, and I'm gonna bring my demo with me. Or, you know what I'm saying, go to house parties, all that stuff.
That's a big difference now, too, is back in the 90s, is specifically the 90s, your DJ was every fucking thing. Now, not as much. Your DJ is important, but not as important as a DJ used to be back then. Because I'm talking about, like, because parties in the 90s, clubbing, all that shit. I didn't live, I was in 96, it was when I was born. So I wasn't able to be a part of that. But I've done enough documentary watching, enough research, you know, and just today I was watching the Last Ride with the Michael Jordan and Bulls and all that shit. I've been watching that all day at work pretty much today, right? And just even them just saying, like, showing like what a lot of that lifestyle was during that time, right? It was just way different. But for music, your DJ, if you had a DJ who was at the club that everybody was at, and you get them fucking with your records, but you had to hustle for that. You had to go. You had to grind. You had to be at these clubs. You had to be up their ass. You had to do all this shit. Nowadays, it's just way different, man.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, if you dissect an artist's quote unquote biography, right? Current artist and an artist in, you know, in the past eras, their stories are completely different, right? Like, you hear, oh man, my you know, my breaking point was my friend invited me to this party and I wasn't even gonna go. And who was there? You know, Steve Harvey. And next thing you know, I had a conversation with Steve Harvey and, you know, whatever. But now you ask an artist, oh man, how do you? Yeah, man, you know, I was chilling with my boys and, you know, I got on SoundCloud and I put this joint. Next thing you know, we went viral and now, you know, I'm Justin Bieber, right? So it's a different time.
I mean, that's exactly what happened.
That's not how he made it, but I'm just saying.
He went viral on YouTube.
He did go viral on YouTube.
He did go viral for YouTube, though.
His mom was
at 13
just shooting him, doing videos to send to his peoples or whatever, and then they started getting random. I watched the whole documentary.
And now he's worth like
never say never, bro.
It's
Come on,
crazy.
Justin Bieber, bro.
Yeah, because they needed.
He was a believer.
Believe in the bees, baby.
They needed another. I'm sorry, I'm not racist, but they needed another Caucasian figure to take it over.
Yeah, but I mean, it's again, it's more than that, man. And you know, and I feel like, again, the essence of that era was that hustle. And everything, your sound, your creativity, your exposure, everything, you hustle for that joint. I feel like the hustle is watered down for sure.
That's the thing. I feel like the hustle in the 90s, they hustled so much for it that they found solutions that for the hustle that made it so much easier for now. So now I'm thinking about the time, like the timeline, thinking about the shift, like what is going to be the next change for music? Because where else would it go?
Back to underground.
That's what I like.
Well, a big
Everybody's
part
gonna have
of
underground
it,
spots for their specific
I think a big
sound.
part of it back then, like especially in the 90s and stuff, you know, it was a lot easier for, I'm gonna just say it was a little bit easier, most likely, for artists to be able to sell their hard copy of a CD to somebody or take donations for their hard copy of a CD to somebody. Posted now, your music's so free. Your music's
you
fucking
pay a membership,
free.
and
you know what I'm saying?
You can download any album.
Not even, you don't even have to do that shit.
Yeah,
You can just go on Spotify or YouTube and just listen to whatever. You feel me? Like, so music is just free now, and there's no exclusivity anymore. So where I feel like artists could shift is becoming more exclusive of where their music is posted. Like, you know, you can have your free shit, but then you have your members only shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different things that I feel like artists can include nowadays, especially with NFTs becoming a thing. I felt like that could have been a huge game changer for a lot of artists in the music industry, as far as somebody buys your NFT, bam, now they have constant access to all your, they have early access to your CDs, they have all access to all your concerts.
Damn it, we've seen it already.
Yeah, that passed.
My guy Tory, shout out Free Tory Lanez.
I know, but
he did it first.
I know this, but what I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is that not enough people like understood it and utilized it to its full potential of what it could have been.
been. So now NFTs, crypto, all that, it's kind of died down a lot. Like it's all pretty much.
Bitcoin hit 85K. Nigga,
Have you been watching?
It's 88,000.
Let me reiterate. I'm sorry. Excuse me. NFTs.
Try to get one Bitcoin.
I'm sitting up comma.
Let me say NFTs specifically. NFTs have pretty much died down.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's past.
Not crypto. Maybe not crypto because you're right. Crypto's still booming. But NFTs, their time is kind of come and gone, right?
Because everybody was trying to scam. You got to find a product, like you saying. If an artist was to do something with their album or their product,
but
then, yeah, you can use it. But not enough.
But feel this out though. Feel this out though. You can still, as an artist, still have an NFT-esque type of package that you can present to people as far as, hey, look, you buy this. This is like a golden ticket, right? They get this golden ticket file, right?
I think people checking it.
On this, right? This gives you access. Maybe just have a scan code on this ticket. Yeah. And if wherever you scan it at one of my events, free ticket, front row. Anything that if you scan it when I have an album release, it'll bring you right to the album. Early access.
Money Man
Deluxe.
2 times. They both did the same thing.
Did it work?
Yes.
So why aren't they still doing
Money
it?
Man sold his whole complete album.
So all right. So the point that I'm saying is that people need to keep utilizing it. That's it. People should be utilizing.
Didn't know that.
You put that shit on the back of his package, and you pop the shit. You get half off on his tickets. I mean, a lot of artists are doing it, bro. It's just like motherfuckers ain't paying attention. You gotta know about it. That's why I was asking the questions I was asking about them, because if you don't know about it, or you know what I'm saying, you can't take advantage of it. They sitting on this couch. I ain't know them from a can of paint.
Right, for sure.
But I had to break down. What do y'all offer? What do y'all do?
Right.
What artists do y'all want to work with? You gotta ask those questions. So unless you search for it, or there's something that you need at that moment, then you'll never know. That's what's wrong with society. If they don't need it, they don't give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
If mama sent you to the store to get ham and cheese, I'm not looking at peanut butter and jelly. She said ham and cheese. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Ignorance is bliss.
Take it for what it is.
True. Very true.
Wow.
All right. Well, we did make it to the end of the show here. Is there any last? Give me some last piece of advice you want to give out to anybody, any artist, or maybe anybody starting their own business, something like that. Give us a little piece of advice that you want to give out to anybody.
Oh man. Well, we're strong as a company. Keep God first. You know, I'm not sure if you have a certain faith, but for us, we're big believers. So keep God first in everything that you do. Prayer helps a lot. You know, don't underestimate the power of prayer.
Right.
And continue to move forward, man. If you got something that you feel strongly about, keep working. Keep working.
That's what I was gonna say, man. Don't ever stop the hustle. Hustle, humility, and motivation. That's it. Yeah. You know, and gratitude, of course. You gotta have gratitude, but don't stop the hustle. Go out there, expose yourself, look for the resources. Don't expect for it to be handed to you. Go out there, look for it, stay humble, and bring your best. And God does the rest.
Yeah. The world is crazy right now.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I will say this. If you work hard enough and you continuously keep improving your craft, opportunities will fall into your lap.
Yes.
They're not going to be handed to you directly. But eventually, I've just learned this from my own experience. Maybe this isn't like this for everybody else, but the more I continue to just go and not stop, the more things just kind of start falling into place. For like things that I want to happen.
Yeah.
Might not all happen overnight, might not be, that fast, but through time, things will happen if you just keep trying, keep pushing, just don't give up. You know what
Faith
I'm saying?
without works is dead.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you write it down too. Put it on paper.
Right.
Yeah.
Write it down. It's something about.
Or have you a little board, one of the little dry erase boards, just something just to remind yourself. You feel me? And another big thing is just believe, regardless of what your religion or faith is. Just believe in something, because I feel like it's important just to believe. You know what I mean?
Right.
Believe
in yourself, and when you believe in yourself, you work hard.
Yeah.
If you're not working hard, like you said, the law of probability is that if you work hard, things are gonna happen. If you don't work, things are not gonna happen. That's what it is.
Positive. I can't think of the other word, but just look at yourself in the mirror and say you're great.
Words
Affirmations. There we go. Positive affirmations.
Affirmation. Yeah.
Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you're fucking great.
For sure.
Right.
That shit does help. I actually do that shit because mental health, man, is a big thing. I do that shit here and there when I'm feeling down about myself.
Yeah,
I will sometimes just go into the mirror and just be like, "You're all right, bro."
We all need it,
man.
Too
bad, man.
We all need it. Yeah, we all need it.
Feel me? All right, guys, this is the end of the episode. Hey, chill, it's just a podcast, man.
Yeah.
It's another great episode of Antidote Agency. I appreciate you guys coming through.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having us.
Another great opportunity, another great time, man.
Thank you.
Next week, guest. Cece, is that next week? We have my boy Cece coming through next week. I think that's next week.
CC 757?
Yeah.
Hey, that's my boy.
Yeah.
Mr. Shy King himself.
Yeah.
Tough.
Bro, cool, man. So we got CC coming through next week. Until then.
What's up?
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace out.